This episode is brought to you by Tabletop Dominion, purveyors of handmade dice and artisan gaming accessories. Why not head over to tabletopdominion.com and use the code BILLOW to enjoy 10% off your order? Who knows, maybe you will find your very own blue dice of power.
Hello and welcome to the Billowing Hilltop podcast. Hope you're well. Thanks for listening, dear readers. Could it be that we're nearing the end of this protracted combat in the cave? Let's hope so. I have no other news or information. Obviously, rate and review and all of that business on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, on Beyond Pod and Good Pods and all of those lovely other places where you pick up your podcasts. You can find us on Twitter and you can find us on Facebook, and of course you can always email us at hello@billowinghilltop.com, and we would love to hear from you. Anyway, that's it. Let's push on with episode 142 of the Billowing Hilltop podcast. Don't flask me, no questions. Hello.
Hello.
Evening. Has
Hello.
everybody been having a nice time?
Yes.
Anybody done anything interesting? Account for your lives outside this?
No.
You can't.
No life.
What?
Paul is still
No
in the
life,
lab.
no
He's not
work.
in a good state of repair.
How is
We
that
have
going,
Top.
Lucas?
Well, Lucas is supervising the repairs.
But
Lucas?
is the charge taking, or what's
Yeah,
happening?
I've got it stable. I'm just monitoring the
Yeah.
information. Seems okay.
How long do you think it's going to take?
I've only got him stable at the moment. I'm not quite sure about
We
improvement.
don't dare bring him out of the coma for fear
No,
of
Negative effects.
Is there any?
He's got to make
is
it
there-
on his own.
Is there even the slightest chance you could just improve him a bit?
You could come and talk.
You know, as a
to him,
person?
Dan. You know how they say that people, they need to be talked to.
Yeah. Is that going to help?
Play some classical music to him while he's
Yeah.
in that
Okay.
That would
stage.
Yeah.
probably make it work.
Right. I'm here anyway with Dr. Eusebio, Spider Lucas, Master of Biotechnical Repairs, and the Chief Technician in our lab where they're working on Paul. We also have Graham.
Evening.
Mighty Graham. Well, I tend to talk about Graham as just a pool of shadow. Actually, Graham is a 300-foot high hologram that we all kneel around. And we've got Dan,
What?
my favourite player, and easing himself into his specially adapted high chair, we have Johnny. And
Good
we
evening.
are, who's going to do recap? Me recap? You recap? Me recap. We're in this fucking combat with this thing. It's
Yes,
been going
still.
on forever. Well, it's plunged the centre of the
I
chamber.
suggested it surrendered last time.
We're in a chamber that's the shape of Mickey Mouse's head. This creature has now raced up to be between Mickey Mouse's eyebrows with the ears on either side. It's plunged the middle. Actually, it looks like Mickey Mouse's nose. It's plunged the centre of the chamber into darkness. It's attacked Burple with its tendrils of acid. Damage is not insignificant, but the real danger is that Burple has now got to make 3 constitution saves, 3 concentration saves. If he fails any one of them, he's got a new Orc dice though, that's an upside.
Uh-huh.
If he fails any one of them, the wall of force that is holding back 3 juvenile black dragons from plunging down into the cavern with them, that wall of force would be gone.
Piece of cake.
Things would take an awful turn for the worse. Burple, if you please.
Okay. And
Awful 1 onto the 7 and 11. They're all fine.
they're all fine.
23, 11, 15. They're all fine.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't even need to use my advantage on any of those.
Oh, because of your warcaster.
Yeah, because I'm a warcaster. Yeah, I'm not worried.
Unless the first
And I
one.
have an Orc dice. I'm not worried. More worried by the damage, to be fair.
It's done.
Scaly's round.
Scaly. You're almost as far away from it as you could be in the main chamber. On the other side of the pool, on the other side of the darkness. What do you want to do? Graham is still controlling Scaly.
Well,
It was Paul's final cyber wish.
maybe to bounce up to it and bash it with a big
Bounce?
bounce up to it.
Boing, 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 smash.
Yeah, it's like 40 away, yeah? It's got base movement of 80, isn't it, with the haste?
You tell me.
Doesn't it double its movement?
Yeah, it does.
Can we look it up?
It does.
It does.
Pace,
It
yeah,
does.
It does. 16 squares in one go. He can move to it and back again.
Oh, we'll do that then. And have 3 whacks with his big axe.
Yeah.
So he's running up to the lower part of the cavern,
Yep.
as it were, adjacent to it.
Yep. Using his mobile thing to stay out of its attack of opportunity.
That square he's attacking from is more than 50% normal ground, so he's not attacking at disadvantage. So he is, in fact, therefore attacking at advantage because of his vow of enmity. Off we go.
Okay, so the first attack.
Oh, it's
28.
It's definitely a hit.
Well, it's not a critical.
No, it's a D12.
Which is 11 plus
11.
5 is
16.
16, and then 2d6
2d6.
for another 8.
24.
Yes.
Number 2 is a 19
Nine.
for 29, and is it well, it's also
Not
a
critical.
not a critical. So that is 7 and 2d6 is another 3,
It's looking very weak.
and then the final hit.
Yeah.
Ooh, armor class 15 might not be a hit,
Armor class 15 is a miss, I'm
and
afraid.
then
Oh, that's a miss. Miss, and it's still alive. It's catastrophic. And then Scaly
he's
is
going
going
to
to
retreat
run,
back to where he started from.
squiggling his way all the way back round the pool. And at the end of Scaly's round, this thing is going to... What's the reach of the bite attack? Oh, didn't realise that. It's going to try and bite Burple.
Doesn't want to do that.
Hitting armor class 21 may not be enough.
Yes.
It is enough.
Of course it is.
Chomper damage. It does 26 points of piercing damage
Ooh.
and 7 points of acid damage with its chompy bite.
Ooh.
And now it's purple on it.
How wounded does it look?
Very. I mean, paramedic, but...
Concentration save.
Oh, fuck, yeah.
Oh yeah, concentration save. Thank you, Johnny. I
How
forgot
much
all
damage
about
was that? 26
That was
plus 7.
plus 7.
33.
So DC 16, but at advantage.
First one is enough.
Bounced off that 5 and is enough. Okay, now what do you want to do?
That Warcaster stuff's good, isn't it?
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, very good.
Well, I've got 17 hit points.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, have you?
Yes. Well, I just took a shitload of damage from it. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hoping somewhere I've got the mobile feat, which I do. Alright, I'm going to step forward and hit it with my swords.
Doesn't lightning regenerate it or something? I seem to remember.
What?
Does it? Are you sure?
Since when?
I'm not entirely sure, just the vague memory that
It regenerates from the pool of acid. Anyway, fuck it,
something, someone did
I've
some
got-
lightning on it, I
I've
think.
got nothing else.
No?
So, Sword of Icosial.
I did a thunder and lightning on it, but I can't remember whether
I don't think
we
it
had
did
any
anything
kind of
or it
perception
helped
check
it.
to. I
can't remember. Or it made the pool bubble, didn't it? The lightning.
Ooh.
Hits armor class 27.
Where's a hit?
I've done
Tell me about the damage.
10 points of piercing,
Yes.
4 points of lightning, plus 1 point of bardic inspiration to do a further, I think it's 5d8.
Oof. Okay. I mean, this could be. You
Yeah.
never know.
Just
you never
checking,
know.
I'm just checking it's called, what's it called? Psychic Blades. 5d6.
Oh,
So there's 11.
11 points of psychic damage.
11
Okay,
points
it's
psychic
still
damage. And
alive.
then I'll hit it with the Sword of Zosiel.
One moment. This is important that I get this exactly right. Okay, I'm ready. Yes.
Hits armor class.
Oh dear. You want to use your Orc dice?
Do I want to use my Orc dice?
Yes, use it.
Got a 1 on the dice. I mean, it's all over.
It's almost dead.
Is it all over?
Well, your attacks are over.
Yeah.
Your round isn't over. You can move.
Okay. Yeah. Orc dice. Okay. Yeah. Fuck it. Orc dice. Yeah. Orc
Would you-
dice.
What's your plus? You add 9, right?
I had 9. Yeah.
Okay, I know what you need.
Come
You're
on.
going to add a d8
Come
to
on.
whatever you roll.
Come on. Oh dear.
5, and the d8
plus
gets
D8.
you...
Oh, and a
Yeah.
D8. And a D8.
The
Yes,
d8's
I've got
going to
the
have to
D8.
work for you, but it's doable.
Fuck's sake.
One is not what you needed.
I will go as far away as I can get, basically.
So you're basically running round to the far side of Mickey Mouse's northeastern ear.
The eastern end of the room.
Actually,
Oh,
no,
but-
I'm in range of the thing. Am I in range of the surge there?
You think you might be. You think that really the
I'll
only
go to that.
clearly, yeah, the very northern extremities of
I'll
both of
squeeze
these
in. I'll
areas.
squeeze in there, right behind Parker.
You might breathe all over you.
Well, I can't do anything about that.
No, it doesn't go till
Doesn't
later.
go for a while.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't breathe for a while.
Yeah.
It can go before then.
That's Burple's rather painful round.
At the end of Burple's turn,
Oh dear.
it can do something else.
Use
What
my
it will
order.
do is it will... You know what? It can't do anything else. Then we have stuff going on upstairs, and now it's sessions on 21.
Yep.
You're just tucked up in the pit, just to the point where you're protected. You can dip down to do something.
You're going to dip down and do something.
Dip down to do something.
Yes, what will I do?
Heal, medic.
Heal or try and damage it?
Well, yeah. How much damage can you do?
I don't know.
From your current point of view, you can't
No, I'm going to
see
have to move, obviously, into a point where I can see it.
around the darkness.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're going to have to come right out of that little hidey hole.
Out to the little hidey hole. Surprisingly little damage, actually.
Spirit Guardians.
Yeah, I have to get right up to it.
Have you got any cool lightning or anything?
I could do the old
Okay.
The old...
Toll the Dead. I guess
The old-
I'm
the
going
old...
to float... Mike, I'm going to float
Yeah.
down,
and do the old...
move round to here so I can see it. Yeah?
Yes.
I'm going to
Yes.
cast...
You're going to cast...
I'm going to do Healing Word, which is a bonus action.
Yes. Got it. I see what you're up to. Yeah. On Burple.
Yes.
I don't think you can do a spell and a bonus thing. That's what we established, isn't it? You can do a cantrip.
You can't
Yeah,
use
it's a
spells in
cantrip.
a row.
I can only use a cantrip. That's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So I do
Yeah.
bonus action to cast Healing Word on Burple.
As a cantrip.
No, it's
Heals. How much?
Oh, I see. As a spell.
Then I do
After-
the Toll the Dead as cantrip.
I can't be bothered to look.
How
it
much
up.
does Healing Word heal?
It doesn't say which action has to be used for which kind of thing.
I don't know. Maybe it does. Shall we check?
Google it, man. Google it.
Okay, if you cast any spell, cantrip or not, as a bonus action, you can cast another spell on the same turn only if it's a cantrip with a casting time of 1 action. So you can do it.
Yeah.
You can do it.
So the Healing
Okay,
Word
so-
is 3d4 plus 5.
Random.
Wow.
10.
10. Thank you.
And then I do Toll the Dead on it. So it needs to
It.
make a Wisdom DC 18 save.
That's a critical fail.
It's a one.
It rolls a 1,
And it chooses to save.
but it has run out of legendary resistance, and therefore it cannot choose to save.
Yes.
How much damage do you do?
It's wounded, yeah?
Yeah.
So it takes 3d12.
Okay, well, if you roll 3, you're in trouble. If you roll 36, you're home. Put it that way.
I rolled 29.
Pretty
Oh,
good.
Goodness
29.
gracious.
Lovely.
The echoing, necromantic resonance of your spell
Just showing off now, Graham.
courses
Yeah.
through it, and it explodes in a shower of green, gelatinous, acidic fragments and skull parts that bobble around the ground. You've slain the creature.
Nice.
Well done, sessions.
Healed me to
Thought we
boot.
were going to have real trouble with that thing.
Well, we kind of did.
I think we had
Sessions.
real trouble.
Right,
I mean,
now what are you going to do?
Now we have
Because things are not over.
Yeah. It's-
Okay, well, I'm going to heal myself a little bit, I think.
What we're going to do is we're going to say that you can run rounds without getting into sequence.
Mm.
But we need to keep an eye on the clock, albeit only one eye, because of the
What are we here to find?
force. Well, once again,
In other words,
I think-
what are we doing here?
here?
We were just
yeah,
checking
you're
out
not
the island for
entirely
what was something
sure.
better
Yeah,
to
you
do.
don't know.
There's a desk. Why don't we search that? Or
I already did.
Okay,
Already did.
so what kind of healing have you got, Graham? And how are you for spells?
well, I've now cast all of my 7th level spells, all of my 6th level spells.
I've got 1/7.
I had to use
And
mine to
I've got
keep
my
Paul
7th
in the game.
and 6th. Yeah.
I've got 5th left. 4th I've used. I think a little bit of 3rd.
Paul got spells.
I've only got 2
No,
key
Paul.
points left.
Paul has.
I've got all my spells I've got 2 cure wounds.
I do have a
He's used his
teleport.
4th level spell. Not here. He's got a couple of thirds, second.
It's 3 of these little dragon creatures. Did they? One quick question, Mike. When this creature dies, what happens to the dragons? Do they notice that in any way? Is there any kind of sort of, flush of life force?
Is anybody going to go and look?
Yeah.
Scaly's basically staring up.
All you can see, looking up the chute through the wall of force, is a slate grey sky and sleet. There's no draconic heads peering over, silhouetted.
Well, why don't we search the room? Detect magic, search the room.
How long does your wall of force continue to last?
10 minutes.
Well, ages. Worst
How
case
long
scenario, you're at
is
the
a long
end of
rest?
about a minute. You've got about
Oh,
9.
it's a
A
short
long
rest.
rest. Long rest is 8.
Short rest, short rest.
Short
No,
rest.
short rest.
Short rest. You have time for. It's 1 minute per hit dice that you roll.
I
You've
don't
got
need the
9
hit
minutes of
dice
wall of force
as much.
left.
Right, so take a short rest.
But, I mean, you can't because you're concentrating, right?
Can I not take a short rest and concentrate?
I
You
don't know.
probably can, because it's not strenuous activity.
I honestly don't know. It's extraordinary that we don't know this stuff, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it really
It's
is.
just
We're quite old, though.
Yeah,
We can't remember anything.
well,
Healing.
I can barely remember what day of the week it is.
Short rest. Where's short rest? It's got to be in the book somewhere. Combat.
you'd have
It'd be after
thought it
combat.
would feature in the book. Yeah.
Yeah, after combat.
Resting.
Down there, that's spell casting. It's not going to be there.
Short rest. I got it. Here we go. It doesn't. Oh, God.
Yeah, but
The
Short rest is a
problem
period of
is-
downtime,
No, but
at least 1 hour long, but not
Yes,
according
because
to
you
our
have a
rule.
house ruling.
Yeah. During which character does nothing more strenuous than eating, drinking, reading, tending to wounds. Character can spend 1 or more hit dice at the end of a short rest, up to the character's maximum number of hit dice. We're playing 1 minute per hit dice. That is all it says. Now,
that's surprising. It doesn't mention concentration.
Concentration. Some spells require you to maintain concentration in order to keep their magic active. If you lose concentration, such a spell ends. The spell must be maintained with concentration. That fact appears in its duration entry in the spell. You can end concentration at any time, no action required. Normal activity such as moving and attacking doesn't interfere with concentration. The following factors can break concentration.
blah,
DM
blah,
can
blah,
also...
blah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
no.
In addition,
Doesn't say
Okay, so we're stuck.
Google it, man.
Well, it's not strenuous, is it?
Well,
I
you
can
can-
fight and I can write
Yeah.
and I can do all kinds of things while concentrating.
You know what? The autocomplete. I typed in, can you concentrate on a spell? And it filled in during a short rest. It says, if you try and concentrate on a spell during a short rest, you lose 1 level of experience per minute. No, you're fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not definitive. Short rests do not require you to sleep, so you can maintain concentration.
Huh.
There you go. I think that's a pretty good bit of logic. Right, so, anyway, irrespective. You're short resting, you're
Yes.
maintaining the wall of force, and you're searching.
Right.
Have I pretty
So
much
we can-
distilled down
Yes.
that into a little...
Yes.
Right, great.
I can't
So,
detect magic.
Excellent.
Paul can.
Sessions,
Paul
shall
can.
we?
Hang
Paul
on,
can.
has Sessions remembered to... He keeps forgetting to learn detect magic. But
So
Paul,
are
I
we allowed
noticed,
to
has
press
it.
the short rest button, Mike? Oh, you
Yes,
do want us to
but-
sort of count it out?
How many hit dice do you want?
I was thinking 5 of the 9 minutes.
So that'd be 5 minutes. There you go. So if nobody else wants to burn as many as 5 hit dice, then we know that the
And
short
the rest
rest
of
is
the
going to
time I
take you
will spend
5 minutes.
searching.
Scaly will do a few minutes. He'll do 5 minutes as well, because he's...
Okay, so 5 hit dice, 5 hit dice.
I do
Yeah,
a
I'll
couple.
do the
Right,
same.
there we go. So you're all burning 5 hit dice, 5 minutes of short rest.
Except for
You
Sessions.
can reset any short rest
One.
set for sessions, but you can reset any short rest
No.
powers.
He doesn't have any.
You can roll the dice.
I get 29 back on my 2 short.
Okay, first of all, you find some stuff
42.
in the wreckage. So most of this stuff has been smashed up. There's some
57
relatively intricate looking and expensive looking alchemical equipment, but it's mostly smashed and tarnished. You don't really think it's got any value. There are some minor baubles, some coins, some jewellery. There's a mithril shield, not magical. In total, all of that gubbins is worth 4,000 gold pieces. Somebody make a note of that. Not bad. Then you find 13 crystal bottles or phials. You know, like your granny's cut glass decanter? That sort of heavy crystal facets. Chunky. There are 13. 3
With
of
something
them.
in them. Oh, yeah.
Well, they've all got something in them. 3 of them have got adamantine filigree Is adamantine a
Metal?
metal? Okay.
Yeah. No, I don't know.
So they've got that sort of worked metal as a framework, almost like a basket work around them. That's 3 of them. They're all magical, these files. The remaining 10 don't have the metal framework, but the glass itself seems to be of a higher quality with a quartzy, greyish aspect to it.
What, the file or the contents?
The file. You can hear stuff sloshing about in all of them. They've all got a necromantic aura.
Normally with potions and things, you could try a drop to
Yes, you can
work
try a
out what
drop.
they are.
You're absolutely right. Yes, you can try a drop.
Yeah,
Okay, let's go through them. Who's going to do the trying?
Bucky's going to do that.
No.
Yeah,
what
Johnny?
about Scalio
Happy
too?
with that? Okay, so
Scalio.
Yeah.
Paul's character is
Scabby
picking
old
up the,
fool.
is working his way through the 13 bottles. The 10 with the crystalline quartz-like glass are some kind of quite potent healing potions. I don't think you dip your tongue in, if you'll excuse the expression, and get told the number of dice and the modifier. You just know that they're healing potions. That's the way I'm ruling it.
That's the 10.
That's the 10. The other 3, each one is different. Your sense is that each one grants some permanent, inherent bonus to a prime requisite.
Oh, I'll quickly try that one.
1
Yeah, I'll just see if it's okay.
1 to Constitution, 1 to Strength, and 1 to Charisma.
Well,
I don't think the charisma one is going to make much difference.
As in 1 bottle. So 1 bottle grants some kind of permanent inherent bonus to Strength. From a quick taste, you can't tell how much. The next bottle, the same for Charisma. The next bottle, the same for Constitution.
1 point.
Dunno.
Okay, so
dunno?
we have to put those in the...
Or mix them all together, swish them around.
How many of us are there? 6?
5.
5.
5.
Or
There's
you
800
do,
GP each,
Yeah.
and 2 healing potions.
Yeah.
unless
then-
you divide the healing potions into bigger lots, so you can take the attribute or more healing potions.
Except they're better spread, aren't they? Healing potions. 2 groups of 5, you're thinking. So if you don't get one of the permanent improvements, you get 5 healing potions.
Something like that, yeah.
There's a shield, isn't there? Mithril shield.
So, yeah. Why don't I think there
What's
was
the
6?
shield? Is the shield magical?
That just seems...
Mithril.
I don't think we'd normally...
I think they're better spread, personally.
I do too.
The healing potions, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
okay for that.
Do we know which one of the potions is which?
Yeah, we know which one's which. Just
Because
rolling for
charisma
choice.
would be good for me.
It wouldn't be good for me.
That's what I mean. I think charisma would be good for me.
Mm.
Strength would be good. Constitution wouldn't.
Constitution would be good for me.
I
Any-
find most of
any
the magic
more hit
items
points?
we're finding now are not very good for me.
Well, it depends what the bonus is. I'm hoping it's at least +2.
Yeah, be +2.
What do you think, Graham? What are you thinking?
Again, I think it's not a very inspiring selection of items from a cleric's perspective,
No.
which seems to be a kind of recurring theme at the moment.
Yeah, but you don't fight, do you? You don't melee. You could be a melee cleric who would then get the bonus from the strength or the constitution.
Well, I could just keep rolling to take them, you know.
Well, I can give you
And
my
then sell
Ring of
them,
Wind Dukes
Buy
if
other
you want.
stuff.
What's that do?
You turn into a lightning bolt once a day, but requires attunement.
Yeah, it's an attunement thing, though, isn't it? So the value of the attribute is much higher.
Yeah.
It doesn't require any sort of attunement.
Yeah, exactly.
But Constitution
Can
will
we roll
help
for
you,
choice?
Graham? Yeah.
Who's rolling for
But Graham
Scaly?
is saying
Graham?
you want the potions, right?
Yeah, no, of course, yes. I mean,
So roll for choice.
Okay.
Unless anyone wants to give me the charisma one.
You give me the strength one or the Constitution, I'll let you have.
Well, I don't have the power to do that, but if I took the charisma one, I wouldn't go for the strength or the constitution.
So it's just the
Okay,
3
let's roll.
potions rolling for choice.
Roll for choice. Percentile. Who's going first?
I will. 81.
81.
81 for Parker.
for Scalio Tool.
85.
Oh.
85. 85.
Purple. 32.
Buggy, come on.
6.
Oh.
8.
8. Fucking hell.
8. Wow.
Once again.
Purple's 32, starting to look pretty good. Okay. Starting with Scaly, what does he take?
What does he take?
Ooh,
Charisma,
Paladin.
Constitution,
Strength or charisma?
You can't tell what kind of uplift to the attribute is conferred.
Charisma might
Can
be
you
good
tell
for
that
the
it's an
paladin.
uplift and not a
Yeah, it
and
would
not
be
a
good for the
reduction?
paladin.
I think we're saying an uplift.
I think his things trigger off charisma, don't they?
They do.
Discovered a colleague of mine as a D&D player today, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, had a good chat with her. She plays with a group in Portland, Oregon. They play online, and they play 5th edition, but they play 3.5 skills. So they port in the 3.5 skill list.
Ooh.
And I was like, and how do you do that in terms of, do you have to allocate points when you go up levels? Is it just the proficiency bonus plus whatever? And kind of getting into it, and then somebody else came into the office. It was like, oh god, we have to stop talking about this subject. I was like, you've got to listen to the glass cannon.
Nice.
Billowing Hilltop, you recommended?
I thought,
Can't go
you know,
there. Not
one
yet.
thing at a time,
Yeah.
Johnny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some time. Right. Anyway, so
If it was me picking for Paul, I would probably pick Constitution, because I'm not sure charisma actually does anything, but maybe Paul should choose.
charisma gives you an extra plus on your an extra
What's his
on your
charisma?
saving throws, doesn't it?
Well, he
On
doesn't have very
offensive
many
spells.
spells, though, does he?
Fighting.
Yeah, exactly. His spells are defensive, they're healing and that sort of thing. Protection.
He likes doing lots of damage, doesn't he? I think. So strength
You take
enhancement
Constitution.
might be
What's
good.
his Constitution?
His Constitution is 15. Well, they have
And
a
what's
lot-
his strength?
What's his natural strength score?
I don't know. I mean, he's got Gauntlet's very good power, so his strength doesn't really matter.
Right, but they will override any advantage to his natural
Yeah,
strength
so
score.
Constitution.
So there's
it'd
no
be
point.
Constitution, wouldn't it?
Constitution or charisma. Yeah, so I would have gone Constitution.
Constitution. Okay,
Constitution.
so Scaly takes Constitution. Is he drinking it?
Hmm?
In front of you?
Is he
Yes.
chugging it?
Yes, he is.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's not my character, so of course he's going to slosh it down greedily.
He sloshes it down. He gains a +1 bonus to his Constitution.
+1 bonus to his Constitution score or bonus?
No, to his score.
His score goes up.
So you
by
need an
1.
uneven score, otherwise it's not very good.
Depends if they're all +1 or not.
The disappointment was palpable then.
No, I think that's still good for him. 15 should go to 16.
Yeah, that's
16 goes from
That's
plus...
okay.
Plus
no,
2
plus
to plus
3.
3.
Is it?
So he's just acquired
Yeah.
another.
He's just acquired another 13 hit points.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lovely. Next, it was...
Parker.
Parker.
Wow. Strength or charisma?
Well, you're green with a pointy head. I don't think the charisma's going to do much, is it?
No. But nor's the... I
Okay,
mean,
well,
okay, I'm also on
Conflating
even strength.
charisma with...
If you're on an even score, it's good because you'll then go up one.
Oh, you reckon?
What's your
And then-
strength?
Odd number. You want an odd.
12.
You're assuming that they're all
no use.
+1. They might not all be +1.
Charisma's good for you, Dan, right?
If
that's
it's
what you were
+1,
going
not
for,
so
was
much.
Well, every little helps.
Yeah.
I will take strength and I will drink it.
It confers a +4 inherent...
What?
Not really. A +1
Ah.
inherent bonus to
Ah.
strength.
+1. Excellent. Thank you.
Next, it is Burple on 32, I
Well,
think.
I'll
Something
take
like
the charisma one, obviously.
It's
Gonna
a
drink it?
Yeah, I'll
minus
take
3 bonus
Minus
to.
3.
that. Going to drink it.
Yes.
It's a +2 bonus to charisma.
What?
Oh,
Nice.
lucky you.
And then I think it's Buggy and then Sessions, or Sessions then Buggy.
We've got nothing.
Well, there's a Mistfall Shield.
There's the healing potions. Oh, are you just...
Bit of those.
I
You
think
take-
this
we've
is back
agreed
to
to
my
spread them.
well, you see, all magic dice, but no, you were... No. You've turned
through a
away from the
shield?
true path.
Is that worth anything?
I'm given a
But
basket value
just-
for all of the gunk, including
Oh,
the
it's
shield,
including-
4,000
that's
gold
included,
pieces.
yeah. So no.
If you want,
Okay.
you can say that the shield is worth £1,000 and the rest of the stuff is worth 3. I mean, I'm really not bothered.
No, I think we already
But
said
it's
8.
not magical. It's not magical.
So
No,
are
it's
those
not working.
potions of greater healing?
Yeah, I'm not sure. You'd have to get them identified, formally identified. But they feel quite potent.
Okay, well, let's.
Yeah.
We'll get them identified when we get a chance. How many potions are there?
10.
2
10.
each.
Now, my little chickadees,
Well,
you've healed up a little. You've allocated the loot. You've had a bit of a search about.
and there's no
What do you
other
wanna do?
things like any sort of secret compartments, passages, doors, any
You think-
little alcoves.
I think by our calculation, you've got 4 minutes. You've just spent,
Yeah.
let's say, a minute dividing up the loot. You've got 3
Yeah.
minutes. You could spend 3 quick minutes scurrying around this chamber looking for any other obvious stuff.
For
But
instance,
you would've-
behind this pile of detritus in the...
Right, yeah, you could try all the obvious
Eastern wall.
candidates and have a bit of a dig about. Do you want to do that with your remaining 3 minutes?
I do.
Yes, I think we do that, but while
Might
we
look in
do
the
that, we
pool.
can talk.
Yes.
Should we?
Yeah.
Can't Scaly detect
got-
Walk
magic?
and talk.
Scaly has got detect magic.
So Scaly should do detect magic, if he hasn't already. If we think there's
No,
something
you've
in
not
the
missed
pool.
any magic.
Okay. So what do we want to do about these dragons? That's what I'm thinking. Do we want to fight them here?
You've got 3 minutes before the wall of force is gone. You don't know whether or not that means the dragons are going to come jumping down the pit, but you need to know what you're doing.
I think we need to be ready underneath where the wall of force is so that we can...
I suppose the question is, what's the benefit of fighting them?
Yeah, so that we can move out as quickly as
Well,
possible.
the question is, why are they all here? Right, so...
Well, the thing that they seemed to sing to you was, have you discovered the home of our mother? Something like that. I can't remember exactly. It was weeks ago, but you're in the lair of Ilthane, and so you could infer that they must be Ilthane's children.
So, what's this thing then?
Good question. It wasn't a black dragon.
No, it
of that
wasn't.
much you're certain.
Some corrupted
Anybody want to give
thing.
me
Some sort of
an
alchemy.
intelligence
Wellness.
check or an arcana check?
Not an investigation check?
An 11.
No, it's not really about finding
Acrobatics
stuff. It's
check.
about knowing stuff. Stop it.
Some sort of
I've got a
alchemical.
history check.
No,
Mess.
arcana.
Yeah, well, I got an 11.
And I got 10.
Arcana, I got 17.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
17. 17 is a very decent score.
And Scaly gets 24.
Okay. Between Scaly and Purple, your estimation is that this cavern is fizzing with necromantic charge and all sorts of weird rogue magical energies.
Right.
And alchemical equipment. And weird stuff was obviously in these retorts and flasks and so forth.
Right.
Also, your sense is that this creature that you fought may well have been undead. May have been some kind of weird wraith, like a kind of hybrid between an acid elemental and some kind of wraith or spectre.
Right. Okay.
Because it was moving really weirdly, it was disappearing, it was doing all sorts of odd stuff. It seemed to be affected by Scaly's radiant damage from the great chopper of the Mist Marsh, which only affects evil outsiders and undead. And you stick all of that together with your high rolls, and you think that what you've been dealing with has been some kind of spirit or something that has risen from the weird alchemical stuff in the cave. But you don't think.
Does
that
it look
was
like
the
these
spirit
dragons
of
have been
Ilthane.
living here?
No, it doesn't look like anybody's been living here.
So the likelihood is these dragons have been living somewhere else on the island?
I mean, that's objection, speculation.
Okay.
But it doesn't look like anybody has been using this as a lair. Who would?
But they might be grateful that we've cleared out this spectral thing and they've returned to their lair.
Yes.
Their
That's
mother's
a possibility.
Lair. Not necessarily angry with us.
So look, I
seems
could...
I mean, we could tell them that we know that we don't need to say that, you know, we were responsible for Ilthane's death, but we could tell them that we'd come from near Evenstar and we heard that the great dragon had died or something.
I could do a teleport. I can make us all invisible, or I can do another wall of force. I can do all three of those things.
I
Is
don't
there
think we
more
need to
stuff
buy
to
them, do we?
discover here?
I'm just saying that I could make us all invisible and then teleport us up onto the surface.
Yeah, which is quite
Do you think
handy.
Rabadabadas was hiding out here?
No.
He wasn't an alchemist.
Your estimation is that to really know whether or not you found absolutely everything in this cavern is not a 3-minute exercise.
We
Is
have
my
to look
point.
in the pools, don't we?
At the end of 3 minutes,
Hmm.
you're going to have been able to check the most likely candidate spots for
Okay,
secret doors, hidden stuff.
How long would we need to spend otherwise?
An hour and you would feel more comfortable, and a day to really know that you've dug away at every nook and cranny to make... So that's why I'm trying to kind of focus your attention on this 3 minutes. In that 3 minutes, I can tell you now, spoiler alert, you find nothing interesting as you're talking and quickly scrambling through all of the obvious candidates. But what I don't want to do is give you the impression that you've drawn the line under this
Okay.
chain.
The slimy pool, is that toxic at all?
Very.
The north.
It looks like effectively a chemical soup of horror. It looks like this thing was born out of the slime pool. Well, you know it was born out of the slime pool. You saw it rise.
Can anyone do stone shape?
Yes, I can.
So we could replace the wall of force with a stone shape, and then take our time to search this place.
How wide is the passageway coming down?
15 foot.
15 by 15.
15
I
foot
can
diameter.
do like 5-foot wall, so
How many have you got?
not enough.
How dangerous are 3 young dragons going to be? I've got a 5th, a 6th, and a
insignificant.
7th.
I haven't. I've already used most of my.
I don't know how well
big
you know your
spells.
dragons. I mean, as characters, I don't know how well you know
Be
that
3
kind of stuff.
breath weapons, weren't there? If they call it acid, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe they got spells.
Mm.
I don't think we need to fight them. There's no benefit.
There is benefit if we want to search this place fully.
Do we think they're able to open the door at the top?
But it's open.
We opened it though, didn't we?
Yeah.
So, what have I got? I mean, I've got quite a lot of spells, to be fair. I just don't know what I can do with them. Do we stay and fight?
I don't think we need to fight them. I think there's something else we can do.
Really?
Oh, just
So how do we seal this place off? How many of those stone shapes have you got? Graham? Johnny, have you got any stone shapes?
I could cast it twice, exhausting all of my sort of 4th level and above spells.
Well, that would be enough to seal it, wouldn't it? The 15-foot diameter.
I can only do 5 foot.
we don't need to seal it off. Just make it small enough so they can't fit through.
5 foot on over what area?
Are you talking about a wall that is 5 foot thick? Or are you talking of a wall that is 5 foot by 5 foot with a thickness of like a couple of inches?
No more than 5 foot in any dimension.
So irrespective of its thickness, it can only block off a 5 foot by 5 foot square,
Right.
of which you have
Yes.
9. So you would be able to block off a maximum of 2/9 of the pit.
Right. So that's not
So
going
what you
to
could,
work.
You don't think that that's enough?
if you could shut the door at the top, you could probably seal it by kind of creating something that holds it so it can't be opened.
Right.
Might require a bit of thinking, but that might be doable.
Do we think they're watching this wall? How long does it take to get up to the top and have a look? Who can fly up?
It's
What's
50
around?
feet from the ceiling to ground level.
Yeah, so climb
It's
up
a
to the
single
top.
move.
Parker can climb up to the top.
Well-
Have a look. Are they still out there?
He can get to the point at which you've got the wall of force. Let's assume that's flush with the ground.
Mhm.
From the angles that he's able to gain, he sees no sign of them.
So the chances are they're not monitoring it. I
How
could
intelligent-
ready
how
another
intelligent
wall.
are dragons?
Yeah, very. I could ready an action to cast another one, burning a 5th level spell. Then I can't concentrate.
What?
No,
What does that?
it doesn't. Forget
That's
me.
fine. Why
It's a
don't you
stupid
cast a hemispherical wall of force at the top, over the top of it? Are you allowed to do that anymore? I can't remember.
Well,
Then we can-
I'd have to stop
Yeah, you can.
concentrating on the first one and cast another one.
Well, it would happen as soon as you cast the second one, wouldn't it? You'd
Yeah.
stop concentrating
Yes.
by definition on the first.
Well, that gives us a view of where they are
Yeah,
potentially.
it gives you a dome over the top.
But what I'm thinking
I-
is, I've got other concentration spells, like invisibility, that I can do on all of us.
Yeah, but if you did that, since we could then see whether it's worth just
Well, we
going
can
up,
always-
shutting the door, and sealing it with the stone shape,
Gotcha.
and
All
then
right.
ultimately we can teleport out.
Yes, good plan.
Yeah.
All right, I will do.
But I still think that we should at least,
Okay, I
if we
think you're
see them,
really-
the first thing we should do is engage with them.
I know that real time and game time do not directly equate, but we have been talking about this for way more than 3 minutes.
Mike, I'm doing a hemispherical wall of force.
Yes, over the top of the pit,
Yes, allowing
giving
the door
yourself
to
a
move.
bubble, an observation bubble. Well, the door's already open.
Yes, but if we wanted to shut it,
What's the diameter?
15 foot, I think.
Oof. It's a 15-foot door, filling a 15-foot space.
And you can form it into a hemispherical sphere of up to 10 feet.
Okay, no, you can't.
Radius
fit.
of
Sorry.
up to 10 feet.
You need a 30-foot across. Yes. If you want to encompass both the hole and the door inside the dome, then you need a minimum of 15-foot radius.
Yeah, okay, fair
Much
enough.
more
yeah.
for the spirit of things, but that you're well under. What do you want to do? I think your 3 minutes is up.
Yeah,
You've got to decide right now.
I'll do the hemispherical dome anyway.
Okay, so you
So we have
remove the first
we have a
wall of force,
viewing,
replace
a viewing
it.
port.
Yeah. Sending somebody up to have a look.
Yeah.
Yep. Sessions will fly up. He can fly up with Parker because
Okay.
he got dark vision.
Give me. Well, it's daytime.
Oh, okay.
It's still misty. There's still
Before
a
he
kind of
goes
heavy.
up. Before
Yep.
he goes up.
You've got as much time as you need now.
I'm
You've
just
got the
checking.
Ball cast. You've got 10 minutes.
Yeah. before he goes up,
Mm-hmm.
I'll go up.
Okay.
I
Climb
will
up?
go up with him. I will go up with him, and I will cast See Invisibility.
Which is not concentration, right?
Correct.
Okay. Can you give me some perception checks? One for Burple, one for... This is just in the immediate first surveillance of things.
20.
20 in total. Yeah.
19.
Okay, I'm just making a couple of rolls behind the screen here. You think, Sessions, that you might have detected the faintest suggestion of a bit of movement out right at the edge? You're in a sort of flatter lower part of this plateau that runs across the island. You can see some sort of bare granite rocks sticking up, and then sedge and wiry vegetation. Everything's covered in frost. It's sleeting. Not very nice. Therefore, you've got ample opportunity for anybody that wanted to watch the top of this pit to be tucked away, and you think you might have picked up the movement of something that was tucked away.
Mm-hmm.
While they're doing this, I'm going to try and move one of the alchemical tables that wasn't moved by the flood.
Scaly will start rummaging through all those boxes.
Just
These ones. here,
garbage.
yeah.
The $4,000 I've given you is an assumption that all of you have quickly rifled through all of the containers
Okay.
and broken open crates and stuff.
How much damage would I take if I went into the gloopy pool in the north?
Only one way to find out.
Stick my foot in.
You're certain. You're sticking your foot in.
I think we've touched it before, haven't we?
No.
No? Alright, I'll stick my foot
Go
in.
on, stick
then.
your foot in, see what happens.
I'll stick a dagger in.
Okay. You stick a dagger in. The dagger, the tip of it,
Yeah.
just smokes away like mist and drips into the pool.
That's definitely
Right,
gonna be
take
safe
my
to
clothes
stand
off.
in then.
Dive into the pool.
Okay.
Uh,
You emerge 30 seconds later as an Acidwraith and attack the rest of the party, now trapped by Burples.
There are no obvious ways of
Hemispherical wall
draining
of
the pool.
force.
Can I drain the pool? No channels.
You could spoon the pool out if you could find something that would survive contact with the liquid therein.
There must be some alchemical instruments that we can use to...
Do you know what? Let's say
Alkaline.
you discover that some of the alchemical instruments are made of some particular glass or formulation, and you discover that they survive contact with the liquid in the goop pool. Do you want to empty it?
Yeah, I'll dig a little channel and try and empty it into the...
Other pool.
Yeah.
Okay, there's nothing at the bottom of the goop pool, apart from more goop.
What are we missing here? Secret compartment in the stone or something. How about this? We lose the wall of force. We get everybody upstairs. We lose the wall of force. We try and close the door. If the dragons appear, I do another wall of force, burning my 6th level spell. I've still got my 7th level teleport to get us out of there.
Well, why don't we just leave?
Okay.
Why
Okay.
do we
Imagine
come
there's
back in
something
here?
important here. Right? Imagine there is something important here. The
Yeah,
dragons
but we
know
can
that
go
it's
off,
here.
rest up, come back, and then fight the dragon.
By which time the dragons have taken it, whatever it is.
Well, we could try piloting with them from the other side of
Yeah,
our
I
wall
mean-
of force.
Yes.
You know,
I'm just saying, if you want to try
closing.
closing the door, the way to do it would be to get in position, lose the wall of force, try and close it before the dragons attack. If we need to, then we do another wall of force. Whatever you think.
I'm going to start searching the southern wall because the map looks a bit
Okay.
dodgy there. Southern side of pool, I do a detailed inspection of the southern wall of the chamber.
Yeah, you're working your way, fingertip search,
Yeah. And I'm
spending as long as you need. You've got 10 minutes.
I think up my
So you're
dwarven
dedicating
belt
a few...
might give me some dwarven
Yeah,
stone
yeah,
thing.
it doesn't matter. There's nothing to be found.
Can I take another 5-minute short rest?
Yes.
any sign of these dragons at the top? Hello?
No, I mean, there's no... I don't know if sound goes through a wall of force, but you saw a dark shape, clearly a dark shape that was hoping that it wouldn't be seen, skulking away on the horizon, as it were, of your view, but nothing since.
Examine what's left of the body of the shadow thing.
It's just goop. It
Goop.
just dissolved into goop, and the skulls that formed its weird clustered head, some draconic, some humanoid, have just sort of dissolved in the goop. There may be some tiny remnants, little fragments left.
Have you got a commune, Graham?
Probably not, because I have used all my high level spells to keep raising Paul. Well, actually, maybe that's not true. Hang on. No, I have got a commune.
why don't we try a commune to see if it's worth us trying to defend this place to give it a proper search?
Yeah, why not? We can try a commune, Mike.
Is it yes or no answers?
Are there any secret exits from this room?
Yes or no, yeah.
So,
Up to 3 questions.
is it
Secret
in our...
exits or passages?
Have we? I mean, we could ask, have we
hiding.
missed anything of importance?
That's
How many questions do you get?
3.
3.
Is that one of the questions?
We're asking
two.
him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So the question is 3. Is that one of the questions? Yes.
Well, we can either, is it in our efforts to
Oh, here we
defeat
go. It's
the
bloody
incursion of evil,
George Parrots again. Yeah.
in our efforts to defeat the forces of evil, is it in our interest to give this place a proper search?
Are there any secret passages or hiding spaces?
Is there anything
hidden
here?
places within this room?
Is there anything hidden here that we've missed?
Paragraph 1, Part 1, Subsection 1.
It's your spell, Graham. You choose.
What's the intention of the question? Just give me the general intention.
Okay, so I guess
And we want to know if we should try and prevent the dragons getting here so that we can search it, or can we go away and come back and still...
Is your first question, should we prevent the dragons entering this cavern?
yes, that's a good first question. Actually,
That's
I
a good
think
first
I'll ask that one.
Yes.
Yes.
Unknown.
Okay. It was a good question, though.
I just burnt it with my...
It's like burning an Ort
suggestion.
dice,
Made
isn't
you
it?
feel like I was going to give you a good answer.
Is there something of value hidden here?
That we've not discovered. Yes.
No.
Are there any secret passages or hidden spaces?
Value. Is a secret passage of
No.
value?
There you go. Those are your 3 questions. Doesn't know whether or not it would be a good or a bad idea to allow the dragons to get in here. There are no items of value that you have not yet discovered, and there are no secret passages or entrances.
Okay, so I think it's...
I just wanted to zoom through and get that established. There you. I mean, you're on a countdown. You've got 5 minutes.
Yeah. I think
we...
don't need to stay here then, do we?
I don't think we do.
Only way to know for certain is to cast another commune. That's what you're going to do.
Should we go and talk to the dragons? I'll go upstairs and I'll talk to... I will say, "Oi, dragons, what are you doing here? Why do you want to enter this place?"
Can sound
There's no
pass through a
responses.
wall of force?
Does sound pass through a wall of
I
force?
don't
Let's assume that it
thought
can.
so.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Well, whatever. There's no response. It doesn't matter. It doesn't make any difference.
I'm trying to find some like alchemical papers or documents.
We could just destroy everything that's here.
There's no kind of
And notes.
research papers.
There is nothing here then.
There is nothing here
Okay,
of
so
value
should
that
we
you
go
have
back
not
to the
found
hotel?
already. That was the question.
But should we let the dragons enter this place? Why is that
Didn't know.
ambiguous?
Misfortune didn't know.
Meaning there's
Because we'd
there's
either
no...
be killed by them or kill them.
Yeah. Or there's doesn't matter. Either way.
I don't think there's anything here.
Okay. Should we leave?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Teleport back to the hotel.
Using the
Well-
ridiculously heavy key fob as your object to get you back there.
Yes. Back to our bedroom.
What luxury
Okay.
teleporting. God.
Leaving the cavern, definitely.
Yeah.
And so ends
Right.
the Age of Worms adventure path.
Yes, we're leaving. There's nothing here.
It's fine. There's nothing there. Absolutely nothing there. You pop back to your hotel room. You appear. It's about lunchtime. There's somebody going through your stuff who wasn't expecting to be disturbed. It's Okaral.
Really?
Turns,
Okay.
startled and amazed. And we'll find out what he's doing there.
Yeah.
Nice.
What he's up to. What he thought he might find. When we pick things up next week.
Nice.
Excellent.
Nice one, Mike.
The Billowing Hilltop podcast is a Billowing Hilltop production. Dungeons & Dragons is a trademark of Wizards of the Coast. The Spire of Long Shadows and Age of Worms are copyright Paizo. The Spire of Long Shadows was written by Jesse Decker. Music is from Kevin MacLeod and Incompetech.com and is used with thanks under the Creative Commons license. Additional music and sound effects come from the wonderful Sirenscape. All other original material is copyright Billowing Hilltop. Role-playing games are all about getting people together, and we use Roll20 as our tabletop, the perfect place to host your game, and Discord to host our chat. Thanks for listening.